All right, we are here with some, what is this called? A flash tournament. I almost said 1v1. We got Professor Pipes and Dov Plays are opening up our match here today. And as you can see over there, as I look over there, we've got Sotek and Falcon as our next competitors after that. They'll be starting things off again with Professor Pipes and Dov Plays. They'll be playing to start off with the Skaven and the Empire on the map of Storm Demon. Let's have some fun here today. Let's have just a brutal cockfight. All the people here, they do have the new build. We'll be playing with some of the new units from Skaven, some of the new units from the Bretonians, from the Lizardmen, and we'll see plenty of new regiments of renown, all sorts of fun stuff. Let me take a look at chat here real quick. So we're all good to go. I've given them the cool go ahead to go whenever they're ready. We don't need to use a blocker anymore. Apparently the patch notes are up, which I did not know about, which I will do a video on as soon as I'm done with this. So you guys can rest assured that that will happen. The Skaven enforce the conspiracy of silence in other human nations besides the Skaven do not enforce that. The humans do. Jake Woo, what's up? Actually, the Skaven are like notable traders in places like Araby, Tilia, Estalia, stuff like that. Like, not like notable, but if you go to like the black market, you'll find Skaven. That's like an Imperial Inquisition thing. Well, Inquisition, like the witch hunters of the old world. They started that. Hey, so we're getting things kicked off here. Our first match is getting going. People are loading in. We're on the new map, Storm Demon. You can see some a lot of awesome shit going on here. You'll see meteors falling from the sky, all sorts of awesome action. We have another new map here called Lord Croak's Temple. That'll be in the finals. These are going to be 2 best of 3s, followed by a best of 5 for the finals. This is our typical kind of format we always do with these games. Would you play an Age of Sigmar RTS? I don't know. I never really put any thought into that, to be totally honest. It could be fun. I mean, as the old proverb goes, I'll suck anything twice, right? See here. Waiting a little bit longer for them to load in here. It looks like might be having some connection issues here, but just bear with us, guys, and we'll get this going here for you soon. All right. So we've got Professor Pipes on the Skaven, and we've got Dov Plays playing as the Empire. We're going to let them kind of set up a little bit before we dive into the armies here. That way they won't kind of move around all over the place. Let me know if everything sounds good. I'm going to turn the volume up a little bit here. Should be good now. I'm going to get real close to see how that sounds. Yeah, that doesn't sound like it's over my voice, so it should be just good. Just good, precious. Okay, so let's take a look at Dov's army. It looks like he's a little bit more set up. This is a lot more of a casual play situation. A lot of them have said, hey, I want to just take a lot of fun builds, and I said, I encourage it. Have as much crazy-ass fun as you want. I don't. This doesn't need to be an intensive competitive experience. So Dov has gone with a very wide front line. We see swordsmen, spearmen, swordsmen, spearmen interlaced at his entire front line here, all the way down to a caster, a bright wizard, the flame casters of the old world of the Holy Roman Empire, of the Empire, and we're seeing with that Flaming Skull and Fireball. Fireball's going to be really great here. You can snipe out a lot of lords. The stacking debuff from Kindle Flame right there is going to allow him to give that a perpetual weakness, or the small 15-second debuff weakness to fire damage, so he can continue to get more and more value out of each and every subsequent fireball. In addition to that, of course, Burning Head is going to roast through a lot of Skaven slaves, Clan Rats, and a lot of the more lightly armored Skaven infantry that we typically will see. Moving on over throughout the rest of the line here, you can see we see a nice backline with a great cannon. Oh, Volkmar the Grim on his pimp wagon, as always. Gotta love this bad boy. Typical kind of setup here. Jade Griffin to replenish his health, as always. He's also going to have Grand Hammer of Sigmar, giving him a nice buff to melee attack. You're going to see Grand Shield of Faith with that 22% damage resistance, as well as Banishment. The Bound ability here, not an actual spell, so this will allow him to use this ability. Now, the tricky thing here is, if Professor Pipes has Zap Zap, then that will increase the recycle on Banishment, so he won't be able to use it as much, as well as the rest of his other abilities, so it's kind of a dangerous pick here. Royal Altdorf Gryphites here to knock apart any of the, well, not heavily armored cav of the Skaven, because they don't have those, but these guys will be really great to kind of pop open Rat Ogres, help significantly with any of the larger larger beasts. It looks like we're going to see two great cannons, but let's take a look at Professor Pipe's army here. I think Dav had a lot of skirmisher play. No, he did not. So, oh, there's a skirmisher play, yeah. So he has 2 units of Pistoliers already shooting stuff. He's gone deliberately for the Doom Flayers, knowing those things are just going to be the bane of his existence. There are 2 Doom Flayers in this army, and the on Ikka on his Doom Wheel. Oh my God! There's three total Doom Flayers. There's 3 total Rat Ogres. We're seeing tons of Skaven slaves and Clan Rats. Oh, these are all Skaven slaves. All Skaven slaves. Then a nice pocket of a Council Guard here. That they're, of course, the new Regiment Renown unit. This is going to be giving Unbreakable and Guardian to any Lord in its radius. But you can already see Brass Orb is ripping through some swordsmen here, doing some significant damage and locking these guys in place. The Doom Flayers are ripping through some Spearmen. Royal Altdorf Gryphites are trying to push through, trying to lock those things down. These are going to be the best things to directly counter those Doom Flayers. They can get up close and personal, shut down the small hitbox of these things, and hopefully pop them as fast as possible. He did use the Pistoliers to great effect to get a little bit of damage on one of the Doom Flayers. Looks like they're over there somewhere. Rat Ogres have caught up to these Pistoliers, and the Pistoliers are trying to get out of range and still do more damage to them. The front line is starting to meet, and we're seeing the Great Cannon kind of shoot shots into them, just Patriot style, but we're also seeing the Skaven Slaves meet up with some of the Empire Spearmen, trying to get some stabs in there, get their way worked across the line. They're not going to be doing too well, because the standard state troops do outclass Skaven Slaves quite well. Whew. Royal Altdorf Gryphites kind of reforming lines. They have a Warrior Priest in conjunction with them. The Pimp Wheel has come in, and it is an all-in bout here. You've got the Rat Ogres just jumping in ceaselessly. You can see everyone just guerrilla pounding their way right to Volkmar's musty mustache. You can see Ikka is just wheeling his way into the fray. Doom Flayers are all over the place. Royal Altdorf Gryphites have retreated a little bit, trying to get a better purchase onto that conflict, trying to run around. They've already been beat down to about less than half health, trying to get a better take on things. Great Cannons have focused their fire in this direction. Spearmen are coming to help their beleaguered lord all around. You also have a summon up of Plague Monks coming in out of nowhere. I didn't even see that Plague Furnace there as well from the Plague Priest. Things are going wild. Ikka Claw, look at him, man. He's just going for the good. They know. Professor Pipes knows that Royal Altdorf Gryphites are the biggest thing that's going to be able to counter his entire Doom stack here. Well, even if he jumps into it like he did already, he's going to do a significant amount of damage. So these Rat Ogres are getting focused off one by one. They do have very poor leadership. That's kind of the crux of the Rat Ogre, and they have very small armor at 30. So range fire can pick them apart quite quickly. Any concerted effort from an anti-large AP cavalry can do a lot of damage to them. Even standard spearmen can do a lot of damage because they have such low armor. Royal Altdorf Gryphites getting in another brutal charge with Ikka Claw, bringing him to about half health. You've got the Age of Sigmar, but you have got the Priest of Sigmar getting in there, the Warrior Priest, trying to do some damage as well. Another unit of Rat Ogres is struggling to kind of stay on, but it is starting to falter as well. Ikka Claw, about 50% health. A horde, a ceaseless horde of Spearmen from Dov's Plays. Another Brass Orb ripping off over here, locking these Pistoliers into combat. Rat Ogre getting a nice rear charge onto them as well, pounding these guys, poundtown.com. With Spearman coming in to trying to wrap up this Plague Furnace. Plague Furnace is in great health, and there's not a lot of direct threats to this thing outside of the Pistoliers and the Cannons, which are starting to really have a lot of issues with the backline being so thoroughly compromised by this hell on wheels. Like, look at this entire biker gang here. Like, this is disgusting. This is entirely disgusting. Hell's Angels, Skaven Hell's Angels, ripping through the rear of some Spearmen, pushing all the way through. But you can see, dude, just Volkmar the Grim is just undeterred. He goes through things. His Volkswagen is going to town on stuff, trying to get up close and personal with some of these things. Volkmar the Grim himself does have anti-infantry, and not a significant amount of AP damage, but he still can go toe-to-toe with a lot of these things and stay in it for the long haul, because he has quite a bit of armor at 100 armor, and melee defense not that high, but he has the chance to mitigate a lot of damage with his 22% damage resistance buff. So you can see things are kind of... Dov's like, I'm not having any part of that. I want no part of that. So Dov is jumping out of the first matchup there. Oh my god, that was spicy. We go ahead and put up our scoreboards here. There we go. Off plays. Just 1 second, setting that up. Whew. God, that was hectic. So that was indeed a rules break. It was a fun match nonetheless, but it was indeed a rules break. Like I said, this isn't a heavily competitive one, but we want to stick to some form of rules, or else we're just going to get stuff like that. Six Skaven slaves with spears, apparently. Dov would know the rules better than I. Have I played Mark of Chaos? Yes, of course I have. I did the beta test for it. Fucking love that game. Hello. How are you, Expanded? Aminar, how are you doing, dude? Oh, that's why it's not showing. There we go. There is the score of things right now. Jumping into the second match, I did not change the map, so that's good on me. Spent too much time trying to fuck with the scoreboard, and look what happens. Oh, I think so. I think we have to have a slight issue here with Dov. One sec, let me take a look. Alright guys, give me 1 second. Let me switch on back to this. You play a game instead? I could do that. Yeah, so I'll just play Professor Pipes. That'll be more fun. Let me take a hit of this whiskey first. Let me remake. What's up, Admiral Akbar? What I'm really worried about is the fact that Sotek isn't here. Nice thing about that is that I have Sotek's number, so I can text Sotek. I like Crown. I love me some Crown. Alright, so 1 second. Let me get Professor Pipes in here. Oh, I noticed the shit out of you. Yeah, just text him like, what's the great plan, bro? What are we doing, bro? Okay, so it looks like Dov was gonna take the Tomb Kings. So I will do the Tomb Kings. Tomb Kings versus dwarfs, huh? This will be this will be something. Okay, so Shimmer's Ward. Okay, let me see how I'm gonna do this. Let me see how I'm gonna do this. Let me see how I'm gonna do the off. Will I be joining Sotek's quest to get the community to request Games Workshop to support Cathay? Yeah, Noah, I wrote the like the standard template everyone can use. I'm already on that boat, brother. I haven't switched over to the screen so you guys can't see what I'm choosing. I think here. Okay. Let us do it, Professor Pipes. What time gonna win the tournament? Not with this build. Alrighty. Dude, Dak, you couldn't handle this dome, dude.
Take the black. The artist, not a servant.
Oh, putting the pressure on you, Pipes. Getting that pressure, son.
It's on me.
Why is this? This has got to stop now. Oh my god, I've never seen this many bolt throws in my life. No! No, Doom Pussy! No, Doom Pussy, no! That's right, juke those.
It's on me. Forward. I command Animus.
Jesus. Got the wrong goddamn ability. That's what I meant to do.
Animus. Charge. The artist. Was statuary. Proceed.
Just sacrifice him. Right to the gods. Doom Pussy's just getting trashed. I'm not hearing anything from Lore Master of Sotek, so in a turn of events, I might also be playing the next portion. Or we just end this Flash tournament and we go to campaign. Probably what's going to happen. And armor loss.
Await the Necrosphinx.
Queef Head Taker, it's not a fucking hoodie. It's a half of a hoodie. It's got short sleeves. Alright, I don't want to talk about that. That pussy got smashed. Come on, Dacklemore. Alright, so let's do this. I mean... Alright. Looks like we're going to have Falcon versus King of the Dead. Let me change some stuff here. Sotek is now King of the Dead. And Professor Pipes moves on. Yep, King of Dead, right there. No, Drew, I call him what the fuck I want to call him. King of Dead sounds way better. So let's get King of the Dead in here and Belcon. What's the premise of a flash tournament? Oh, it's just a tournament with no with no set anything. Like there's a rule set, but that's about it. Like there's no prize pool, there's no schedule. We're just kind of having fun. What's up, Corey? How are you doing? Shetland's rules, as always, Goj. Gojira, you son of a bitch. Sad, dude. On review, the Dobbs said on review, that Skaven build was fully legal, just fully gross. Right, we're getting Falcon joining in here. We're going to mix up the maps a little bit here. We were going to do Storm Demon, but we've seen that too many times now. We're going to do the Tower of Hoeth. This will be our next one. Oh, we'll have to recreate here real quick. 1 second. There we go. Hey, Corey, thanks for subscribing. All right. So, we are going to set up our matches here. They're going to get going with everything. Be good to go here. I'm gonna kick back for a second and enjoy. Studio mode. Activate. That. Okay. Perfect. Need to update with that with the new I do, Jason. I've got it as a gift too. Oh shit, sorry. Like right now I could just do this image at. We find what's a good rat one. Where is it? So there's that. Oh my god, it's so good. I scared the shit out of Dogbert. I'll be doing the patch notes to their own video, Jordan. Fuck off, Dak. Hey, thanks very much. Assault all Slavin. But we're going to be having King of the Dead here and Falcon. Two big competitors from the last Ever Chosen here. And they'll be... Professor Pipes is in the last Ever Chosen. Dov Plays was in the first two Ever Chosen. Maybe just the... I know he was in the first one. Pretty sure he was in the first two. So, just a ton of Ever Chosen competitors. We're off in a quick little flash tournament here. Just kind of showcasing the new DLC. Looks like we might see Falcon on Skaven and King of the Dead on Lizardman on the map of Tower of Hoeth. What's taking so long? Charlie Brownies, they're just setting their armies, man. They take their time. Keegan, I hate fucking... I hate Fortnite with a passion. I sort of was the water boy. Untrue, bro. Untrue. King of the Dead has readied up. We're waiting on Falcon. We'll have a lot of fun. Just hot. Just hot. Thanks, Fez. As always, dude. Dacklemore is age appropriate for Fortnite. Dacklemore just turned 14 last Tuesday, I think, actually. So guys, if you're in chat, say happy birthday to Dacklemore. Congratulations on 14. His quinceañera is next year, and it's going to be a ball. It's going to be a great time. I'm really stoked for his quinceañera. You got a floss on. Fuck you, Goji. Get Lion Chariots in a future Lord pack. Alex, if they do a High Elf Lord pack, they're going to need to put in those Lion Chariots. They're like one of the only things that are missing. And they're like the fucking coolest thing ever. Hey, Stuart, man. Welcome aboard, brother. And we are loaded in. Loading into the game. How far off mentally are you and Age from Fortnite? Fortnite is above my mental capacity, honestly. Like, I tried to play Fortnite and I was like, I don't understand these things. Then I just started flossing on my computer. So, to give you an idea of like, I'm just not there. Like, it's just too advanced of a game, you know? It's too advanced. Brain can't handle it. I actually have a helmet that I wear when I'm not streaming. No, I didn't say he's smarter than me. I'm just saying that Dak is older than me, yet has the mental aptitude of a 3.5-year-old. Fun shapes. Dacklemore, I once handed you a roll of duct tape, and you were entertained for hours duct taping your own hands to your dick. It was weird. It was weird for both of us. Didn't chocolate on the fly like we got Ribdis. Possibly add Griffin mount for their characters like High Elf DLC. Oh, dude, Fez Walker, they would have to, dude. They would have to. Dude, Queef Head Taker, in all honesty, I drink a shit ton of Bang. I drink so much Bang. Where are my legs? Knife Thrower, you don't want to... I know exactly who that is. A million uses. You only have one penis. That's actually 100% true. Alright, so I can already see some shenanigans afoot here. So, King of the Dead has lined up his army. It looks like a fat little front line here of Saurus warriors. He's going to be having... Is this on the thing? It's a Red Crested Skink. Red Crested Skink has a really cool ability here called the Warrior's Crest. So when he activates this for 30 seconds, he gets a massive bonus to his melee attack and melee defense. We've seen this on a lot of other characters out there that really kind of help them... turn them in a little bit more of like an assassin type role. But... feels like kind of aerial assassin role here with a Skink Priest of Heavens against Skaven, Curse Midnight Wind, and Wind Blast. Especially Wind Blast is going to be quite deadly, quite devastating here. In addition to that, there is some tomfoolery afoot by King of the Dead. 1, 2, 3 Pterodon Riders, all with Fireleech Bolas, and the Clocidon Hunters, and another unit of Ripperdactyls. Of course, the Clostodon Hunters are the new regiment renowned for these guys. You can see that they've got their Blot Rage here. They also have Frenzy built into their kit as well. They've got Vanguard, AP, and they swap out anti-infantry for anti-large. You can see here that the other Riperdactyls have anti-infantry instead. Now, taking a look over here at Falcon's army. Ooh, Falcon took some fun stuff. So a lot of Skaven slaves in the very front here. Then he's got some single entity action. He's got 2 massive, disgusting Hell Pit Abominations. Look at that. Look at those beaked faces. Oh god, those things are so hideous. He's rocking a Plague Furnace with the typical kit here. Just Vermintide as to be expected. Lovely Frenzy on that thing. We see some Clan Rats with Spears. We're going to see a Warlock Engineer with, I'm guessing, Howling Warp Gale. Oh, not a Howling Warp Gale. So we're just going to see Warp Lightning on that, and I believe that's a Crack's Ruin? Crack's Call? Oh, Death Frenzy, which is a very strong ability. In addition, we're going to see a Bone Breaker Warlord, which is very fun as well. 3 Rat Ogres, and then just another backline of Clan Rats with Spears. But the aerial game is afoot. Falcon is being bombarded already by Fire Leech Bolas, just ripping through some Clan Rats with Spears here, getting some action, some early play onto those other Clan Rats with Spears. Oh, and he's also got some Chameleon Skink Skirmishers in the way back here, and Hopok's cohort. So he's got even more just Vanguard action coming in the rear of the Skaven. Now, I like this kind of formation where he's using the Saurus to kind of act as the anvil, which is the hammer of the Flying Air Force here. So, chicken legs. Has chicken legs? Dakamore. Fuck you. But, as we can see, Fire Leech Bull is just kind of picking stuff up off Riperdactyls, looking for a really good opportunistic target. And you can see that things are starting to move into place. Probably going to get a Wind Blast. It's going to rip into one of these hordes here. Maybe even to the Clan Rat Spears. A little bit more valuable than the Skaven Slaves. And Falcon are just kind of marching things up in line together, letting nothing kind of get out of place like I did with my Toon Kings. And at the same time, King of the Dead is just kind of picking off stuff, focusing mainly on the Hell Pit Abomination. A nice Wind Blast ripping through those Skaven Spears, knocking them well below 50% health there, making them break a little bit, but they will be back quickly. Firmness Valor dictates that. A quick swoop in and swoop out from the Clostodon Hunters and the Riperdactyls, trying to get a quick pick on those Rat Ogres. Fire Leech Bulls, though, still kind of shooting into stuff, focusing mainly on the Hell Pit Abomination. King Skirmishers now in range to do some damage on the rest of the Skaven Slaves with Spears here. And you can see that Hopok's cohort is kind of pushing through the forest in the back there, kind of getting a better charge, or a better flanking charge on stuff. Look at that, man. More action kind of just prodding away, giving these Rat Ogres back to kind of focus on stuff. Really what the big deal here is, if they use those Rat Ogres, they can chase down Skirmishers. If any of these Riperdactyls land, they'll do a lot more damage, because those Rat Ogres do have AP, and they'll be able to punish the Porcelain for them. Fire Leech Below is just focusing predominantly on the Hell Pit Abomination. Looking to get another Wind Blast, probably from this Skink Priest of Heaven. See, Skink Warriors just, or I'm sorry, the Saurus Warriors just kind of holding the line here. I mean, they haven't been pushed. I don't know, Romulan. You'd be pretty remiss to find out that you would not win that one. And making a little bit of a Death Star here, kind of huddling around these the Hell Pit Abominations. And every time they go to charge on the Saurus Warriors, King of the Dead pulls them back as quick as possible. But Saurus Warriors are not very quick. And a grueling charge in from the Pound Town team, with the Rat Ogres jumping in there as well, trying to get a lot of damage into them as fast as possible. Curse of Midnight Wind kicking off on them as well, reducing their melee attack and their armor, trying to even the odds here as the Saurus Warriors return charge back into the Rat Ogres. Everything's kind of getting hectic here as both the Hell Pit Abominations have dedicated themselves to this fight, getting a massive swarm of little tiny bat wings, and they've pulled right back up in the air as Falcon has diverted the Rat Ogres back on to those Riperdactyls and has set up... Oh! Fourth lightning right into Centaurus warriors. Whew. Thanks, Goji. I'll fix that in a bit. Man, there's just so much shit's going on. Death Frenzy's kicked off, and Curse Midnight Wind is starting to get near its the end of its duration here. Death Frenzy was overcast as well, so it'll be up for a long time, but it is just making short work of all of these Saurus here. We're having the T-Pox, Hopox cohort coming in from the side here, looking to at least keep... So basically what King of the Dead is using is he's using these guys to keep his units in the air. If there are no units on the ground, then he has to land. Skirmishers coming in here as well, again just trying to keep stuff mucked up, trying to deal with as many of the Skaven Slave spears as possible, and for the most part they're almost all kind of beat up or dead, and it's mainly just rat ogres at this point. You can see that both the Hellpit Abominations are in great shape, the Bonebreaker Warlord is just fine, the Plague Furnace is doing well, the Warlock Engineer though is in bad shape, and I think that's what King of the Dead is focusing on the most, or I could be totally wrong, as you can see. Oh no, that Skink Priest is not in a good place here. Full Blood has been tripped onto it. Oh man, that was close, because those Hellpit Abominations were chunking damage out from him. Bossadon Hunters have dropped in, they've popped Toad Rage, looking to try and pop some stuff as fast as possible, but they're getting put down so quickly that I don't think it's really going to work for them. Maybe get some, it looks like both these, the Pahwak Sentinels have dropped their rocks and everything. So it's just going to be a massive fray in the center here. I think that Falcon has got the more durable units than King of the Dead. I mean, the Ripperdactyls really can't deal with prolonged heavy AP anti-large damage like they're going to be getting from all these ground forces. But at the same time, you have Pox cohort jumping in here, getting some anti-large, some AP into this fight, trying to bring down some of these Hellpit, or at least one of these Hellpit Abominations. Help with that balance of power is already shifting quite wildly in the favor of Falcon, and the majority of his flying air force is being beat off under the table relentlessly. Great Crescent Skink going in and out of combat, trying to get into that Warlord. Dude, the Warlord with the Bonebreaker though, it's not seen very often, and it's so sad because it's such a cool unit. It does quite a bit of damage. I mean, 400. Oh, nope. There. I can't focus on it. 385 AP damage. I mean, it's kind of fun. It's just a fun unit. It's got a really high mass, so it can't be bulldozed over. And there it is. Looks like King of the Dead loses to Falcon in the first match of the second heat. A valiant defeat! Let's go ahead and switch the map, and we'll change. Once we do that, we'll connection to Steam was lost. Having a lot of issues today, guys. So let's get that back up. I will switch the map here. While we're doing that, we will where's the onesie, my man? Okay, 4. Game Pros had to restart. Okay, no problem. And there we go. So we can see now we're at 0-1. Falcon has pulled ahead from that last match. We have best of 3 in these semifinals, I guess you could say, leading up to the finals. Benjamin Babish. I've never actually watched his show. Oh, I love like cooking stuff, so I'd be all down with it. Let me just get everyone back in the game here. Reboot this. Oh, I think that we lost Steam. No luck today indeed, guys. Seriously. I like how Steam is like like how Steam's like trying to combat like all these big things like the Epic Store or whatever the fucking new one's gonna be with the EA Origin, the Epic Store, all this other crap, and it's like, no, you want to stay on our platform, and it's like, I love Steam. I would not want to go to anything else, especially the one that's like EA Origin or anything like that. But then it's like you just see this stuff like constantly happening. You're like, you're not helping yourself. Did on the community survey for Games Workshop. Yeah, Glam. I made the. If you look at that video and go down to his comments, I made the comment that you can use for the survey. Crisps, get out of here, man. What do you think? Did they start the fire at Notre Dame too? Do new patch notes, not new factions, affect current campaigns? No, they... Yes and no. Depends on the situation. Who knows? We're just waiting for King of the Dead get back in. Again, a little bit of Steam issues. You're damn right they're the best race, SFP. Epic is being very unepic. Oh, shit. Waiting for King of the Dead to join in, and we'll be good to go. Alright, cool. King of the Dead is on board. Let's switch this to Altdorf Outskirts. And they'll choose their armies. I make my beard so pristine, I comb it. Like every day when I wake up, I comb the shit out of it. And also every other day I wash it. When you don't wash it, it gets all fucking matted and like crusty and shit, and it's disgusting, dude. Like you walk into like a Magic the Gathering tournament, and you see like these guys with these fucking like just fucking face nests, like brambles on their goddamn chin, Like, I'm gonna be playing a blue control deck, and you should see my superior skills by the end of the tournament. It's just undoubtedly good. So, Nick and I, our turn and I, have played quite a few sealed tournaments, and we definitely know the way of the Magic the Gathering neckbeard. So sick of you, Dacklemore. I'm so fucking sick of you today. Did you fucking wish I was a Jock Crisps? Although I did play baseball for like 10 years. And football. And hockey. Get away! No! They're not gonna break. Robin the dog. Come to California. Spot with us. Spot with Nick and I. Ooh. Dude, that'd be great. You can sleep on Wookiee's dog bed with him. All right, we are loading in here for our next match on Altdorf Outskirts. Dude, I'll play Mage Knight. I'll fucking play Mage Knight so hard. Dude, you're my dog. So here's a story. One time my friend went out of town. So we put a bunch of, like, when I was in high school, we put a bunch of posters all around town that said, "Have you seen my dog?" DAWG, and a picture of him. And, like, we put them everywhere. Like, in grocery stores, behind, like, boxes of cereal, stuff like that. And we put his cell phone number down, so he got a shit ton of phone calls when he came back, because he went like somewhere out of country. And when he came back, he went to that grocery store and he went to buy cereal, and he grabbed a thing of cereal with his parents, and behind that thing of cereal was a picture of him that said, "Have you seen my dog?" on like a fucking thing of Fruit Loops or some shit like that. Oh man, he was so angry. Okay, so let's take a look at King of the Dead's army. It's his standard variation Tomb King's army that we see him with so much. A nice front line of Tomb Guard here. He is playing against Lizardmen, so these guys are going to be a little bit better in the front line than your standard Skeleton Warriors. Will actually be able to, stand the test of time. In addition to that, we're going to have a back line of Ushabti with plenty of AP coming out of these guys, and anti-infantry as well. 72 lovely weapon strength from them. The Tomb Prince here will kind of act as a guardian to Ark in the Black, anti-large, and AP from this guy. Ark in the Black has taken Soul Blight and, just Fate of Buna and Spirit Leech. I was expecting some Soul Blight action. Also the Liber Mortis, so you get some physical resistance. Staff of Nagash for some power recharge rate and Winds of Magic. And then the Tomb Blade of Arkin to help with a summon of some Skeleton Warriors. In addition to that, we're going to be seeing a flank of Skeleton Spearmen on both sides. We can see some Nehekar and Horsemen, which are going to be good on the charge here. Some Necropolis Knights with Halberds help really rip through some of the larger beasts that you're going to see in a Lizardman army, some of the bigger dinosaurs. In addition to that, we can also see more Nehekar and Horsemen. So it is mirrored on both ends. So this is a pretty fun little army we can see from King of the Dead, but it is very standard. It's kind of like this initial portion is like, this is his like skeleton army that he always chooses. And he adds on to that. So with Felcon's army, lots of red-crested skinks here. 1, 2, 3 units of red-crested skinks. Skink cohorts throughout the remainder of it. A very skink-themed build. He's also taken the Sunburst Yellow Croxagores. This is the new Cult of Sotek color scheme. So 1, 2, 3 units of Croxagores. We're going to see an Engine of the Gods. Ark of Sotek here with the Bastillodon, being able to slash things through and use some lovely little summons. A nice choice here with the Salamander Hunting Pack. I believe there's 2 of them. Ooh, one of them and the Umbral Tide. with a nice good charge in here. This is going to be so decimating for these skinks. Oh, it just knocks them over. Ooh, ooh. There it is. There's the cheese biscuits that you come to expect every time you go to Louisiana Fast. These shops, you're just going to be ripping through some of this. But the nice thing here is the Red Crested Skinks will deal out a lot of damage to both of these units. They don't have anti-large, of course, but with the big supporting charge from the Croxagores, the paddle is going to happen. They're going to bring that down. Hekar and Horsemen are shooting all the way back for the Umbral Tide, more than likely. Yeah, they're going to be wanting to get into that cookie jar as fast as possible. Shooting globs of fire over the line, just kind of swashbuckling their way through. The Hekar and Horsemen pushing, getting pressure onto these units of Salamander hunting packs. They're going to do so much damage here. So you can see that 10-1 is flying about, dropping some hell bombs onto stuff. I didn't get a chance to take a look at his magic. Probably something. He is Beasts, so we probably will see Transformation of Cat on. Who is this? Weissens? I don't know. Cursive Einrar here. And Flock of Doom being double cast onto stuff. He's using these, the Umbral Tide and the Salamander Hunting Pack. They do have a nice speed of 70, so they can outpace most things. He's brought his Croxagores back onto the Hekar and Horsemen. You can see Liber Mortis is on this giant pocket, trying to divert a lot of the damage coming out from the Basiladon Arc of Sotek there. And we can see the swooping damage from 10-1 as he kind of jumps around and assists his bros here on this unit of Temple Guard. Breathe. Some backline harassment from Skink Skirmishers kicking in over there. Where is the Lords? There they are. See the Well of Souls kicking off some heals. 10-1 and the Prince. I'm sorry, Arkham the Black and the Prince over there. Pushing into the Arc of Sotek, trying to shut this thing down. The Prince is going to be able to do a lot of anti-large damage. This thing a lot of AP, so it'll do a lot of damage. Croxagores here are just dealing with what's left of the halberds, the Necrolite or the Necropolis Knights with halberds, not Necrolith Knights. Arc of Sotek has kicked off its ability there, doing damage to everything around it, but unfortunately everything here is pretty heavily armored by comparison to the standard kind of front line of the Tomb. That Croxagore getting punted by the Necropolis Knight. And Falcon is in it to win it here at this point because he pulls ahead here. He moves on to the next stage of the finals. But if King of the Dead loses, he will get knocked out. So really what King of the Dead is just kind of just fighting to stay in this. He's doing a really good job of using his summons, using his Nekar and Horsemen to really kind of shut down these Salamander hunting packs as best as possible. They're going to be able to do so much damage to anything in the Tomb King's roster. So it's a really great move on his part to use the very mobile, very high damage of the Nekar and Horsemen. Well, high damage by comparison to the Skeleton Horsemen. As you can see, they do have just 30 weapon strength, but these are a more perpetual cav variant of their standard light cav. You can see them just trying to put some pressure onto these guys. They're going to get a good, probably firing arc onto something soon. They can get a really far distance from things and then shoot into them because they have a 14-second reload versus the 18-second reload of a normal Salamander hunting pack. Yep, shooting right back onto them. A lot of those shots going right into the hill there. Fortunately missing most things. 10-1 still kind of dueling things with the Tomb Guard over here and with the Shopti jumping in on hit, but he's at full health. He's doing great right now. He has Curse of Anriar and Flock of Doom, not Searing Doom. Hekar and Horsemen, though, have caught the Umbral Tide. Umbral Tide are pretty good in combat, though. They do still do flaming damage, 31 melee attack, 31 melee defense, and 90 armor. They can really hold out for quite some time. And with this much left, they're better off just kind of dealing with it in close and melee. But you can see Necropolis Knights with halberds charging into them. They're just going to be buttering that bread so hard. Curse of Anriar on them as well, though, trying to reduce their amount of melee attack coming out, their accuracy from range, as well as their speed. But another charge from another unit of Necropolis Knights. King of the Dead is not letting those guys go. Tomb Prince and Ark in the Black are just kind of buying their time here, getting ready to charge into 10-1. Oh, they've slowed him down with Spirit Leech. Got a nice summon of Skeleton Warriors with the Liber Mortis to support them over here. And 10-1 just barely pushes out of the aura on that thing. Oh, did we just get another crash? I don't know what happened there. It looks like Falcon left, which would make sense. Yeah, so it looks like Falcon jumped out there and bowed out to King of the Dead, giving King of the Dead a win. And we're at 1-1 in this series now. Let's jump on over to this. Okay, so yeah, we are 1-1 in the series. They're going to be setting up their armies now. It looks like we're going to see Falcon on the Wood Elves and King of the Dead on the Vampire Counts here. Okay, alright, Dacklemore. Jesus Christ, man. I'm out. Yeah, the Necropolis Knights, unfortunately I couldn't focus on that, on the post-battle report because I wanted to see if they dropped out there, to see if we had to do a rematch or something. So, definitely those Necropolis Knights and Nehekar and Horsemen were really in it to win it. They were on the Salamander hunting packs. The Necropolis Knights were helping to shut down a lot of those Kroxigors. For the most part, Falcon went with a fun skink build, and the skink build, while fun, got countered so heavily by a lot of the big charges that were coming out from the Ushabti that were just dicing them up, and the Nehekar and Horsemen that were able to just kind of ride through them easily. So, a lot of the things that were fun and advantageous actually kind of ended up working against him. So let me take a look at some of the stuff that's been going on here. Cincinnati, thank you very much, man. Skeleton horrors are always distracting. Sam Hoskins, just showing my support, brothers. Well, thank you very much, dude. Cast this match in Skaven voice. Oof. Strokesfield, it's not very easy to like do a prolonged Skaven voice, let alone a prolonged Golem voice. But Cincinnati, a fat $20 donation, dude. Thank you very, very, very much. I get all my piece back up. Dude, Dacklemore got dacked. Switch the map to Liangui. Save the voice, put out a record.
Yeah. DJ Mustard on the beat. Let's drop a fat one, precious. Make these bitches crawl. What's taters, precious? Zach, you have a good day.
Kind of like a Jimmy. Little put a mustard on the beat, eh? Not Mordor. It's murderer. Did you think it was Mordor this entire time? Evan, my brother, is in the house, guys. He is my actual brother. He's a big idiot. You love Wookiee? Okay, yeah.
I loves Wookiee. He's my precious. Guys, actually, Turin's Wookiee is at the vet right now. He might lose his eye!
Oh, the rap horn. Oh, okay. Mordor, or. A little John song done in the Smeagol voice. Holy shit. That'd be so hard. Yeah, I got you. You got me, babe. I got you, bro.
From the window to the wall, till the precious drips down these balls.
Oh, shit. Gaven voice? Let me think for a sec. I have to lubricate my throat. It's not a dick and a semen joke, okay? You guys can put your dicks, you can put your semens away. I don't know, Tyson. I would love to voice act in anything. No, it was not mine. They had it. I told them, I was like, I'm not flying out there if you don't have a fucking costume for me. Like, oh, yes, need costume. Dude, YouTube is shit in the bed. I can't upload my fucking last campaign stream because YouTube is just crapping on my dick. Barty, how does Nathan know of my feet? I didn't tell him anything about your fucking jungle feet, dude. I had told them nothing of the size of your alligator claws. No one in this stream would possibly know a single thing about your size 18 foot that you only can buy shoes at Ross because you just come with these fucking astronaut clunkers like, oh, hey guys, it's Evan. Glad it's Christmas. I wore my big feet to the party. What happened to the crab suit? Did you get to keep it? No. Joey made it. Guys, if you don't know this, Joey from Creative Assembly is like the sweetest person in the world. She's like the mother of 2 kids, and she's definitely like, so she's in brand, right? So she cares about anything that is said. She has to make sure it's on brand. It doesn't like divulge anything that they're working on or anything like that, right? But at the same time, she's kind of like Creative Assembly's mom in a lot of ways when it comes to like things like, she'll like, okay guys, have fun this weekend. Don't cuss. Like, it's so, she's so precious. I love Joey. Already has a no chill. Fucking right, I don't. Alright. Let's take a look here at Felcon's army. He's a fun little thing. He's a very little Vanguard Dryad build here. Definitely some what else we're going to be seeing. 1, 2, 3 units of Glade Riders. All normal. Yeah, all normal versions of Glade Riders here. That we're going to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of Glade Guard. 2 of them with Hagbane tips. Just 1 of them with the Hagbane tips. We're going to see just a normal Treebeard here. Just normal Ancient Treeman. With Awakening of the Wood and Earthblood as well. Of course, Call of the Woods, which is the innate ability that increases melee attack by 5 to all things around it. A nice back line of Eternal Guard here, supporting the entire army. Now, oh god, look at this. Look at it. Look at a little Doom Diver catapult. I'll give you gold. Now, thank you. Sorry, guys. Now, through the front line here, we're going to see a nice amount of Night Goblins from King of the Dead here. Definitely a Goblin build of all sorts. Night Goblin Archers, the Rusty Errors. So they've both taken very thematic builds here. More of a Tree Spirit type build, and a ton of Goblins. You're going to be seeing the standard Goblin firing line, 2 units of Nasty Skulkers to support them, 4 total units of Forest Goblin Spider Riders, and then a unit of Goblin Wolf Chariots. Oh, with a nice juicy charge right into these Dryads as they're getting picked apart by arrows, right through into the bramble, into the thicket. To Mother's house we go, pushing into some Eternal Guard, which is not a favorable charge, but they are not braced right now. Awakening the Wood, ripping through some of the Warlord's boys here. This is the Regiment Renown version here. They do have immune psychology, as well as the ability to... Is it Sunder? Yeah, Sunder armor. Blade Riders here getting some good damage and trying to just chase down these Tief. I didn't see the Tief Robbers were here. So the Tief Robbers, the Regiment Renown, Goblin Wolf Chariots are in as well. Hagbane tips ripping through into the Night Goblin Archers. Unfortunately, the Goblin Fire Line is just going to be out-traded because they're at such a vast range difference here. The Glade Guard can outrange them. As you can see, it's 170 versus the standard 115 of these guys. Now we're going to be seeing Skarsnik and a Night Goblin Shaman for the Lords here. Wah has kicked off. Skarsnik is jumping into the fray. Oh, that's unfortunate. That would have been great. Oh, just missed everything. Went wild here. Fanatics going crazy, launching themselves into the fray. Treebeard is just slamming into some Night Goblins. There's not a lot of things that can really contest Treebeard, though. So, really, he's got to get all this Goblin firing line. There it is, back online. He's got the Doom Diver Catapult, which is shooting into the Glade Guard this entire match. You can see it's going all the way down range here, right into this unit of Glade Guard with the Hagbane tips. Trying to focus down that magic damage, that poison damage, which is going to slow down a lot of the Skirmisher Cav and Skirmisher units that the Greenskins have access to. Itchy Nuisance has been tripped up onto the Treebeard, and look at this, man. the Goblin Firing Line is just going to start chunking health away from this. Sundering Armor is going to be knocked onto him. 2 units of archers are going to be firing at him non-stop. And also Skarsnik is involved in this fight as well, so this is not going to be very good for Falcon's Lord. But at the same time, Falcon has got a really, really great control of the rest of the fight. The majority of the Skirmisher Cav has been completely neutralized by the help of the Glade Riders. Even the Teeth Robbers here are really having a hard time. They're starting to get really focused down. Oh, Awaken the Woods cast dead onto himself, doing damage to everything around him, knocking apart some Night Goblins, but their Shaman and Skarsnik is on him, as well as these Goblin Wolf Chariots. Doom Divers just dropping in again. Ooh, getting some Eternal Guard onto Skarsnik. Trying to get some room between him and the Ancient Treeman. Get him out of that fight, but also he's going to be giving that buff to them with the +5 melee attack. You can see now the Glade, or the Hag, or not the Hag Riders, the Hagbane type Glade Riders can now shoot a little bit more into some of the standard infantry of the Greenskins. Screening out a charge here, trying to shut down the Doom Diver Catapult. King of the Dead is pushing in his Force Goblin Riders, trying to get rid of these Glade Riders as well, but keeping them all over the place. This is a hectic match, as you can see here. Wish this would not be like that. Oh no, Skarsnik is just getting Last Samurai here. There is still so much of the Wood Elf line left, and not very much of the Greenskins line left. He does have 2 units of Nasty Skulkers still alive. He has some, I think this is just normal Night Goblins here. And the firing line is still haggardly put together somewhere back there. I mean, the Rusty Arrows are still up and running, but I think that this is a bad situation. I mean, Skarsnik is just going to keep getting focused down. There's not a lot that's threatening the back line so much as the Doom Diver Catapult, which is no longer on its actual artillery pieces. Falcon has pulled them, King of the Dead has pulled them off of the artillery pieces and run them back, screen them through the Rusty Arrows and the Goblin firing line, with the Eternal Guard charging into them. You can see the Tree Man, though, he's still in good health. He's still just fine. Oh, and it misses again. Man, Falcon had that pretty good. Xiphos, it's just so descriptive. To use the term Last Samurai is just like, oh, you're marching or you're fleeing from a ton of range fire. It just is so good. Wah kicking off yet again. That's the second Wah for this match. You typically get about 2, maybe 3 Wahs, depending on the length of the match itself. Awakening of the Wood is going to be ripping through right some to the Rusty Arrows, doing tons of damage to these guys, getting this unit of Night Goblins into the far woods. That is no good. That's no bueno. The Treeman just whipping things with its vines. Skarsnik has come back. He's trying to help out. There's not much, though. I mean, for the most part, Falcon has a much more commanding presence on the battlefield. He doesn't have full units of Eternal Guard, but he just has more units of infantry than the Greenskins do. There's quite a lot of archery still intact. It looks like most of the Glade Guard have about 25% ammunition left, which should be enough to put things down. But the Treeman is not doing too well either. It's below about 25% health. You can see the Night Goblin Shaman is starting to flee off. Skarsnik is completely surrounded, only a matter of time before he starts to flee as well. The balance of power has shifted very heavily in Falcon's favor. And it looks like Falcon might be pushing into the finals against Professor Pipes. I know you're watching, Pipes. Are you stoked? Are you scared? Oh, balance of power shifting back. Shifting back. Like a huge chunk. You can't Last Samurai backward. You can if you try. Do keep in mind, guys, the balance of power bar shifts, of course, with things' health, with their moral standing, morale standing, not moral. Like, if they're a good person, it does really well. No, if they break, that obviously shifts it way negatively for you. But if you come back, it shifts it back in your favor. And really, it's just down to this unit of Night Goblin, or this Night Goblin Shaman, and then Skarsnik himself. For the most part, everything is fled off. And it's just gonna be, oh, finally gets another, oh, a good, it doesn't go the right way! It just... it looks the right way, but it veers the wrong direction. Oh my god, that is so good. That is so good. King of the Dead just getting trolled by his own spell 3 times. Dude, Falcon is actually chasing it, trying to have it do damage to him. Look at him, he's pushing into it. Herpes head is the best description for that I've ever heard. Dude, the treatment actually is going to go down here against Skarsnik. 631 health. Or is Skarsnik going to just break before that happens? Night Goblin Shaman is still alive over there, but... Oh, a third Wa has happened. Skarsnik is broken. Not shattered, but broken. And I think once we get the Night Goblin Shaman, there it is. Army losses, and it is done. Oh my god. That was disgusting. Those spells just did not happen. It did not go off. The face of Gork's herpes. So let's take a look at the post-battle report here real quick. Doom Diver Catapult did expertly 56 and 66 kills from those things, just diving all day, all long under those Glade Guard. But the Glade Riders, 120, 64, 58, 209 kills from these guys. They were really just dishing out tons of damage. Same thing with the Glade Guard as well. 84, 27, 34, 18. Maybe not this guy. But the rest really kind of carried their own weight. I think the Eternal Guard would have been a bit better had they had shields, but I think that for the most part, they weren't really getting focused very much by the Forest Goblins and the Night Goblin Archers. I mean, even between all of them, 54, 19, and 34 kills, they were doing some damage, but I think it's just mainly to these two units. The Dryads did get pretty well mulched up in the very beginning, but, you know, 75, 41, 54 kills, they definitely kind of pulled their own. Man, look at that. That Night Goblin Shaman should have gotten so many more kills. Only 11. Oh. All right, join on up, Professor Pipes. You're in, big boy. So we are moving on to our finals here now. Let me real quickly fix this bracket. Okay, well, back to the bracket, and then I'll fix. Hey, look, it's over my head. Oh no. Order the top. That's okay. Hey, Cincinnati, another super chat from you. Thank you very much, man. Dude, I know this is a dick move, but I'll totally give you a hundo to shave your eyebrows. I won't. I do have some form of dignity left in my body. It's not much. There's not much going on in my brain that's not monetarily monetized. Monetization zone. But I don't have hair on my head. I'm not going to get rid of the scant bits of it left for just a simple $100. That is so fucking funny, though. Let me switch this. Okay. Pipes. Right, and 0 to 0. Name us the price. If you guys donate $1,000, I'll go grab an electric shaver and do it. Probably not. That's a lot. All right, so our first map is Lord Croak's Temple, which is one of the new maps with the DLC here. Guys, it's King of the Dead. He's in chat now. Go and check out his Twitch. King of the Dead, if you can send me a link to your Twitch, I'll post it in here. Is this man's hair really worth $1,000? Great point. I tried to use an exorbitant fee so that you wouldn't do it. And if you did do it, it would make me mad. So, in our finals here, Professor Pipes and Falcon, a best of 5. Opening up with Lord Croak's Temple. Here is a link to King of the Dead's Twitch. Go ahead and follow him on Twitch. He plays competitive Total War Warhammer all the time. As you know, he was second place in the Ever Chosen. You'd think I was actually there and I could remember shit, but I can't. Sunday's going to be a good day, Cincinnati. Callum, he usually does. He's going to be in our finals for the Warpstone Cup. That we'll be doing not this week, but the next week. Did you twerk your shoulder doing cleans or something? I don't know. I twerk all the time. No, I just tweaked my shoulder doing other shit. But it's fine now. It was just yesterday. It gets tight sometimes. Sitting all day can do that to you. Extreme Meme Team. I twerked a hard butt. Just hard ass everywhere. Just waiting for people to load in here real quick. Xanadu? Maybe, King. Who knows? Okay, so let's take a look. So, Professor Pipes is taking some fun action. So, a nice, good line of flagellants. Remember, he is against the Dark Elves here. He's going to have the Sigmar Sons as well. No, yeah, just normal flagellants. No Regiment Renown. He does have a lovely steam tank. The highest armor in the game at 160. 445 deadly AP range damage, as well as 200 anti-infantry AP damage coming out of this bad boy. Then 2 units of... Oh, just 1 unit of the Silver Bullets. Also has the Sunmaker, the Hellstorm Rocket Battery. He's got a Light Wizard on a Pegasus, as well as Volkmar the Grim, and Luminarch of Haish as well. This is just a fun build all the way around. I don't know what they're doing, but it looks scary. So Falcon, on the other hand, has taken a lot of Black Ark Corsairs with hand bows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got 5 of those. Then he's taken a lot of Black Ark Corsairs in general. Now this is a pretty good strategy here. He's focusing on mainly a Black Ark Corsair kind of a build. themed around Lokir Felhard. He's just trying to have some fun with this. He does also have a Dark Wizard, which has access to Word of Pain and Blade Wind. Blade Wind's going to do a ton of damage to those flagellants. But just having a lot of fun here, taking a lot of Black Arcs, just doing a lot of great stuff with this. Also a Hydra. Oh no, this is a Charybdis. The Vagina Mouth itself. Look at that Sunmaker just ripping out tons of damage here. Light Wizard casting, is this Banishment? Oh no, a Net of Amatak and Shem's Burning Gaze are the two spells on the Light Wizard. You can see all the focus fire is going to be directed on that Shem's Burning Gaze going into there. Probably going to see some shots up from the Haish. Dude, doing tons of damage into that. Chunking away tons of health. And the we're probably going to see some shots coming from the Steam Tank into the Charybdis here. The net has worn off. And it is a duel. Volkmar versus Lokir in the dead center. Lokir getting shot in the back by his own units. Volkmar just going to just kick him right in the face. Going for the total Chuck Norris spin dragon kick. All of Volkmar's abilities, Grand Hammer of Soulfire, Hammer of Sigmar, Shield of Faith is kicked off. Lokir has yet to use any of his abilities here. We can see that the Charybdis is coming in, but he's already just so weak. And Volkmar is just falling to all the damage that is being combined and shot on both into him and Lokir. He even took one of his own. Oh my god! He took one of his own cannonballs. Belkon is just surrounding and shooting things to death with his Black Arc Corsairs with handbows. Belkon is not going to let Volkmar get out of this, though. Word of Pain has been shot onto him, and Lokir Felhard is just chasing him down. Oh, now talk about Last Samurai, the Hammer of Witches, and these crossbowmen just gunning into Lokir here. Oh, Blade Wind ripping through some of the silver bullets as well. Oh my god. Oh, Shais goes for a shot, misses it. Black Arcs getting into the back line on both sides here. Of course, it got flanked out by some spearmen here. The silver bullets getting some distance with them. Gem's Burning Gaze ripping into both the Corsairs and to Lokir Felhard here. Holy shit. Sunmaker doing combined damage to both this unit of Black Arc Corsairs with handbows. Charybdis coming in here, stomping into those crossbowmen, and Lokir Felhard is running away. Man, that was wild. Silver bullets just shooting into the last bits of health here. Another Blade Wind ripping into the silver bullets again. Going astray for Falcon. Oh, kind of coming back around, but not quite staying there long enough. Lokir is coming back into this fight. The first engagement has been won by the Dark Elves. They're pushing now into the back line. Light Wizard is in the fight with Charybdis, but the Charybdis has shut down the Luminarch of Haish as well. You've got the remainder of the Black Arcs converging on the last bits of infantry here, looking to dice them up, capture them, take them back as slaves to the lovely land of Nagaroth. Shotgun blast dropping down here onto the Dread Spears and to these Black Arc Corsairs. The big thing here is that the Steam Tank is going to be not so easy to take apart. There's not a lot of anti-large left. The Black Arc Corsairs don't have AP on their missile damage, so they're just going to have to focus a ton of their damage onto it. Charybdis is almost dead. It's got 862 health. Gem's Burning Gaze, boom, knocks right into the back. Oh! And the Shaiish rallies for one final shot into the Charybdis and destroys it. Oh my god, that was so good. The Shem Burning Gaze Luminarch of Haish 1-2 punch. Not seen in today's competitive meta, but nonetheless quite deadly. Holy fucking shit. Oh my god. And now really it's the Archlector here is doing pretty well. He's surrounded, but he's hanging through it. He does have his Grand Shield of Faith, so 22% damage resistance is going off on him. And we're getting a bit of a mage battle over here. The Mage Knight that Ramen and Dog was asking about is going to be happening between the Light Wizard and the Dark Wizard. Two fitting names for two fitting types of wizards that are on the opposite ends of the field here. The Charybdis is dead, and that was their largest AP anti-large that they had. Their only AP anti-large that they had. So they're just going to have to really surround and circle beat the steam tank here. That was fucking horribly awesome. A very thematic build on both ends. Luminarch Shaiish, tons of flagellants. Very, very indicative of an Archlector build. I really like that. You know, you have a Light Wizard as well. Could have used another Warrior Priest. I think that would have been a little bit more of an Archlector build. And then a very fun Lokir Felhard Black Arc build. I really liked that as well. Looks like we're getting some focus fire onto this. Archlector is being finally focused down. He's starting to break over there. In the Battle of Mages, it looks like both have lost. Oh! Light Wizard is almost down. 311. He's shattered. Doesn't even need to focus fire on it anymore. Just going to waste ammunition. Falcon realizing that, which is back over onto the steam tank, trying to chunk out as much health as it can. You can see these arrows just plinking off the side of it. This thing does do anti-infantry damage, so it's just going to rove through stuff. Look at that. And the Dark Wizard is still up. It depends on how much Winds of Magic she has left, but a good Word of Pain on here is going to be well timed. We can see the Archlector is about to fall here. He has shattered. The balance of power is, of course, heavily in Falcon's favor now as a result of everything being dead, minus the steam tank. The steam tank is just going back and forth through things. It's like watching Crazy Taxi on the Sega Dreamcast as it just goes over things over and over, racking up a huge negative tally to its fare. I wish I had the ability to just like queue up replay it like really fast. Dude, look at it just bucking things wildly. It's like the running of the bulls in Spain, only with the running of the steam tanks, and it's one steam tank and not many. And the steam tank is about to fall to the combined might of the Black Ark Corsairs here. 281 health left. It's just being chipped away slowly but surely, but they're almost all out of ammunition here. Oh, just goes for... I love how Professor Pipes goes for the meatiest and most ammunition-filled Black Ark Corsairs as just like a death kind of rattle, like, take me with you. 59, going down with the ship, part of the crew. 45 health left on that steam tank. Each shot chunking away 3 damage and an arrow, like, oh god. And ba-boom. There it is. Professor Pipes pulling ahead, 1-0 in the finals here, best of 5. Go ahead and change that score. Holy shit. Not Professor Pipes, sorry. Falcon pulling ahead, 1-0. We think we can post battle report on that. 139 kills from Steam Tank, 101 from the Sunmaker. Shaiish didn't need to get a lot of kills. It got the 1 kill it needed. That awesome just final double tap onto the Charybdis to put it under. That thing would have just wrecked the Steam Tank had it had even more health. But as you can see, the Black Ark Corsairs mulched through the majority of the front line of Flagellants. Woo! That was a fun one. I really like that. Was a good first build. Let's see what we get here. Pillar of Bone is our next map. We'll do Pillar of Bone. Oh, we gotta switch back to land battle. In a city ruled by steam tanks, the Charybdis is king. I did not see golden rank crossbows. So that means that the crossbows got so many kills that they actually progressed up to the rank gold. So like rank 7, 8, or 9. That is so funny. Hey, what's up, Owlslair? How are you doing? Oh. Yeah, it definitely was a break of rules. I always forget that the Luminarch is a super weapon, and so is the steam tank. So as the rules dictate, you can only take 1 super weapon. At this point, this has been a shit show of a flash tourney. I don't care. Let's just have some fun. No. Neiman, we still have 4 battles left. Or maybe 3. Well, welcome aboard to a live viewing of my bald head. Oh my! So it looks like we're going to be seeing Falcon as Khalida and Professor Pipes as Norska. I say Khalida because he's chosen that sub-faction. Thanks, Goj. Goj just shared the rules, so for those of you guys wondering what the rules are, created by Shetland Apache & Co., those rules will set you free. How do you decide where the beard ends, the head ends, the beard begins? That's to be an ear estimation. Yeah. Okay, so see right here, it's in line with the top of my ear. Boom! I didn't know that. A barber had to tell me that. And yes, assholes, I do go to a barber because you know what's better than not having hair? I'm sorry. You know what's better than having hair is spending $15 to get my, or I'm sorry, $10 to get my beard trimmed. I just give them $15 because you know, tip. I fucking love getting my beard trimmed. They drape a nice hot towel on me. Like, do you want anything to drink? I'm like, no, thanks. I'm not an alcoholic. I don't need beer at 11 a.m. Just have to wait until 12 to drink my beer. But nonetheless, get a nice towel. They trim my beard. I leave. I'm done. It's great. Well, I mean, yeah, it's a hell of a tip. It's a $10 job. I'm gonna give someone a 50% tip on it. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, well, here's $2. Thanks. Have a good one, bud. You pay $40 for a beard trim? I have beard oils too. There's a carpet match of drapes. I'll show you on stream right now the carpet match of drapes. Dude, I would pay $80 for the towel alone. That's ridiculous. $40. Fuck that, man. All right, Glam. Have a good one, dude. Thanks for joining in, man. Do we have an hour scheduled for the tomorrow's update? What do you mean? I'm not sure what you mean now. That's trimming, not cutting. The difference. Split ends, man. Yeah, if they ask for my money while they're shaving me, I'll give them more. You put coconut oil in your hair? You would not be able to do that in Southern California, man. Your fucking scalp would burn off. Coconut oil, like, amplifies the sun. If you want to, like, get a good tan going, you rub yourself in coconut oil. Or coconut butter. Jesus Christ, dude. You fucking... Are you cooking? I wish the weather in SoCal was not hot. Ever. Spring, Southern California is the best time. Yeah, dude, I'm surprised that the oil doesn't just fucking freeze in your scalp, dude. All right, we're jumping into our next map here on the Pillar of Bone. Hey, thanks for subscribing, John Kale. I love Canada. Every woman I've ever met from Canada is, like, beautiful. Every woman I've ever met from Canada, I should have married. All right, so we're setting up their armies here a little bit. Again, we've got Norska on this end, boop, and then we have got Tomb Kings on this end. Of course, Khalida. Oh, hi, Queen Khalida, indeed. Let's take a look over here at Falcon's army. We can see, oh, King Nikesh's Scorpion Legion here. This is the Regiment Renown version of the Skeleton Spearmen. They just have access to poison on their abilities, or I'm sorry, on their weapons. Skeleton Warriors, some 2 guards with halberds. Only 1 unit of them, but for the most part, it's just a skeleton front line. We have some skeleton archers, and then a very long A very hard and heavy backline of Necropolis Knights. 1, 2, 3 of those, with one of them being the Regiment Renowned, wherever the fuck it went. The Eye of the Desert here. Now, the Eye of the Desert, of course, has your AP, has your poison damage as well. They do have Vanguard, which is a nice ability here. I actually don't remember a lot of their abilities by comparison. Oh, they get stock. I forgot that. And they've got more missile damage. Now, these guys will be a lot of fun against any of the bigger, larger, more destructive things we see in a Norska front line. Oh, in addition to that, of course, we've got a Lich Priest with light. What am I doing? What's wrong with my buttons? Looks like we've got Fa's Protection. Oh my god. And we've got Barona's Time Warp, as always. Neferata's Scroll of Mighty Incantations here, which is going to greatly increase the recharge of the enzymatic powers. So, Falcon is shifting things wildly over here. You can see the... Oh, I didn't even see! Oh my god, we've got a Screaming Skull Catapult ripping down range already. A Marauder Horseman from Professor Pipes, as well as a front line of Marauder Champions, mixed in with some Brutes of the Hound and other Berserkers, supported as well by Famir Great Weapons, the typical kind of setup we see. The Miststalkers, the Regiment Renowned version of these. And we also see a Marauder Chieftain, not Wolfric the Wanderer, on a Mammoth. And a Famir Balefiend with Fire. A great choice here. Oh, first Famir cast. I was about to just check to see if he had the Flaming Head. Falcon just moves out of the way for the back portion of this unit to get just kind of clipped a little bit. The first one gets roasted pretty significantly, doing tons of damage to those Skeleton Warriors here. Screaming Skull Catapult ripping down range, doing tons of damage. Falcon has chosen the Brutes of the Hound as his target, which is a very good one indeed. Now, the Eyes of the Desert choosing the Marauder Chieftain as their target is a really good one as well, because they are AP damage. They do have halberds. They are sepulchral stalkers here, not Necropolis Knights, because I am an idiot. And the sepulchral stalkers are ranged unit, not the close combat unit of the Necropolis Knights. High Queen Kalita getting into there as well, using Scroll of Shielding has been cast by the Marauder Chieftain, giving him a nice 22% bonus. She used her Tomb Strike, and Bruno's Time Warp was cast as well. So Kalita is very good at sniping out lords. She's really good at getting in and out of combat. She's very, 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 very sneaky. She's very much like a Ernest Assault Spite of the Tomb Kings, but I would argue that she's just even better at getting in and out of combat. Light Wizard trying to stay out of engagements here. The Boots of the Hound have ripped their way through one unit of archers, and you can see in this engagement, things are going to go quite well for this pocket, but Sepulchral Stalkers have gotten position, and they're going to probably start charging into stuff right here into the Famir Great Warriors. Marauder's Horsemen are getting into that back line, trying to get a good rear charge on those Skeleton Archers. Are going to get that off quite well. Bronze Time Warp going off yet again. Ooh, Screaming Skull ripping into stuff, mainly only friendly fire at this point. Not doing as much damage into these Marauder Berserkers as intended. Kalita, though, doing pretty good damage here to the Marauder Chieftain and really good health. What I think that we need to see from from Falcon is him pushing these Necropolis Knights onto the Marauder Chieftain. One big thing when you're attacking single entity units is you want to be spam clicking on them to make sure that they actually stay in combat. A lot of the times when you get involved with a single entity unit, and you have other supporting entities in there, they'll get pulled out of combat and get distracted. So you have to make sure you're constantly applying pressure by spamming their attack abilities. Flaming Sword of Ruin, though, used on the Marauder Chief, is going to be able to do a significantly more amount of damage here. This was not overcasted on this entire pocket. It was just focused on the Marauder Chieftain himself. He has Fight or Die activated as well, so he'll be getting some leadership buffs as well as melee attack. Now we can see here that the majority of this combat is going up pretty crazy. We've got the Brutes of the Hound just being kind of fighting the last man. They're in rampage mode. Marauder Horsemen have charged into the rear of these Skeleton Warriors. We can see some more action with this just kind of all-in gang fight over here. The Tomb Guards with Halberd are doing a really great act of being an anvil to the giant hammer of the Necropolis Knights as they just kind of finish off these Miststalkers over here. Kalita is in very low health, though, getting out of this engagement as fast as she can. Looks like she doesn't want to kind of lose that fight to the Marauder Chieftain, but also using it to pick off some of these Marauder champions that are kind of hanging out over here. There is still quite a big amount of Marauder Berserkers, about 50% health there. And we've got a unit of Marauder champions that has gotten to the backline and shut down the Screaming Skull Catapult. Barona's Time Warp? Yeah, another Barona's Time Warp has kicked off, giving some good speed and melee attack. I mean, Kalita's in a pretty dangerous situation, but Falcon has pushed Kalita behind the Necropolis Knights, forcing Professor Pipes to use the pathing abilities of the Mammoth to kind of try and push through, get to Kalita, but at the same time being screened out by those Acropolis Knights. Now, the Knights are falling back with Kalita in tow to get some action in from some of the Tomb Guards with halberds, some of these spearmen. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm working a ton. Boss protection has been kicked off onto High Queen as well. Flaming Sword of Ruin is also on the Marauder Chieftain, and both of them are just kind of duking it out. They're so low in health here. It's looking like the Marauder Chieftain is going to buckle from leadership before he dies from health issues. Such as heart attacks, you know, any kind of carteroid issues, stuff like that. Kind of occurs. We're getting that summoning from the Well of Souls popping up. Getting another unit of Ushabti in here for Falcon to kind of help put the nail in the coffin on the Famir Bale Fiend as well. Look at that. Look at that action. That action back there is still kind of going on. Marauder Champions aren't going to be doing a ton of damage to stuff, but they're going to be able to hold the line so well. This is a full unit. 80 armor. They've got really, really great melee defense at 58. So this is, of course, stacking because of their ability here. Let's take a look at that in the meantime. So they've got this ability called Rage. As they kind of do more damage, as they stay in damage, the Marauder Champions will get access to more melee attack, more leadership, and a physical resistance buff. But Falcon pulls ahead here. Army losses have kicked in for Professor Pipes, and Falcon wins again, bringing it up to 2-0 in the finals. Go ahead and... There we go. All right, so let's take a look at this little post-battle report here. Really, the big MVPs here were the Necropolis Knights and Sepulchral Stalkers. They were able to get into a lot of the bigger, heavier, scarier units, such as the Famir, and get rid of those units as fast as possible, do a lot of damage to the Marauder Chieftain. But of course, you know, Roots of the Hound, Berserkers are going to do so much damage to a very chaff front line, like Falcon brought with the Tomb Kings. So 85, 124 kills, 209 kills or so between the two of them. That's pretty awesome. Then 108, 48, and 50 kills from the Marauder Chieftain. So what, 206 some odd kills from them. So tons of damage from just the line infantry. And then you can see the Marauder Horsemen were doing their part to do damage to the backline with a screaming catapult, get nice rear charges into those skeleton archers. But as a whole, Falcon just used a lot of his big units against a lot of the bigger units of the Norskins, and it played out very well for him. Two very fun builds from both these guys yet again. All right, so let's take a look here. Yeah, who's going to win, guys? XMT or XMT? That's the real big thing. River of Maxon is next. Dr. Z's here. What's up, man? Thank you very much, Peter Perez. Peru. You're a hardcore Dawi player, me. I do actually like the Dawi a lot in this game. Who knows here? You know, I was talking to both the players in the locker room, and I'll tell you one thing. XMT is not scared of XMT. XMT always brings one thing to the table that other XMT does not bring, and it's XMT. XMT is definitely a weapon in this scenario. You're never going to expect where XMT is going to come from. They're going to use XMT, or are they going to use XMT? It's really all a matter of preference at this point. But I'll tell you one thing, Bob. XMT is going to be using all of its weapons at disposal, all of its tools to really push it home to XMT. It's really, it's a toss-up between XMT and XMT. Really good. XMT could win this. XMT always goes out there and gives 110%. You know, there's just, we played some games, they played some games back at us, and they just won. Fucking hate. You know, I never thought I'd ever be in any position to do, like, esports announcing, because I absolutely despise sports announcing. I think esports announcing, I mean, there are times obviously where I don't really know as much as what I'm talking about as like Turin does or something like that. Like obviously like Turin's like an encyclopedia when it comes to quick battles. And I've always hated watching professional sports commentators like comment on stuff and just be like means to an end with their own personal agenda. And when you watch esports like Overwatch, League of Legends, StarCraft, Warcraft, any of them, you're really kind of trying to break it down to someone who's never ever played the sport or played the game. So I do know the lore. That's true, Dimmy G. But when you watch like an esports commentator, and you've never watched a game for the first time. Like for instance, we get featured on Twitch when we do the Ever Chosen Invitational. So Nick and I really try to do as much breaking down of any kind of rule we can, hoping that if anyone's watching it for the first time, they can at least get a functional understanding of what's going on the battlefield and go, okay, at least I understand why this character is doing this, what this glowy aura means, what that ability does, stuff like that. I think that when you watch sports commentators, they just simply say exactly what is like happening, and then they use weird bogus stats that don't really mean anything. You know, this is the first time that XMT has played XMT as Skaven and Dwarves on River Amaxon in a Flash tournament that was hosted on April 16th. Like, I'm like, I don't give a fuck about that. Give me something good. Is a very American thing. Like, and that comes down to like that's like general American like business mentality too. Like, hey, so I pulled up a report for you, Steve, on some of the stuff we're going through. I don't know why I work with Nicolas Cage. I know we were talking about some of those end of month reports, and here's my stuff. You can see from this chart that there were sales made in the last month, and some of those sales were high value sales. And it's like, cool. Like that's what like Americans go to work to, is like just like talking idiots that fucking work all day. Do I hate Turin? No. What the fuck? Where'd you get that Teutonic Order? Turin's my best friend. I was talking about professional sports broadcasters on like ESPN. I used to work in sales. You guys want a picture? Here's a picture. Oh, I hate Turin. Yeah, Misha, he can say that. Don't be a tyrant, dude. I'll come down on you like a fucking ton of books. Here. Can't see it. This is Turn and Lady Turn, and I'm their witness when they get married. When they got married at a courthouse. 40k battle reports when I paint my fucking army. I've been so goddamn busy lately. Everything with a beard. What the fuck, Falcon? All right. So Falcon is going with his lovely Skaven, and one of his favorite builds. He loves himself some Skavy Skaves. Let's take a look at it. He's going with a... Oh. Oh my god. Okay, so he's got 4 units of Skaven Rattling Guns. One of them being the Teeth Breakers. Then 3 units of Warp Fire Throwers. 4 units of Warp Fire Throwers. So he's just going to be pouring as much downrange as possible. He's got some Skaven Slaves intermixed in the front here to kind of absorb some charges. He's got some Clan Rats to kind of follow up with that after things have been thoroughly roasted. Oh, god damn it. Sorry, guys. I did it again. He's also got a unit of the Dwarf Thing Menace, the Doom Flayers. This is the Regiment Renown version thus of. Oh, what the hell? These guys, of course, have their awesome center armor ability, 95 weapon strength, and lovely AP and infantry there. There's no blocker. Hero, you need to calm down. But for the most part, everything is looking pretty glorious. Ica Claws there as well. So, again, guys, let's take a look at that. We see 1, 2, 3, 4 units of Rattling Guns. 1, 2, 3, 4 units of the Warp Fire Throwers, and then a unit of Natty Bobo's Sharpshooters. These guys will be sniping and stalk, so they can't be seen. Now, on the other hand, for Professor Pipes, we can see 2 bombers. 2 gyro bombers up there. Oh my god, the sniper's already going off. The Nornglings Iron Breakers, a nice line of Iron Breakers, some minus blasting charges, some Iron Drakes as well, a Flame Cannon. Oh my god, this is going to be awesome. Grombendal as well as the White Dwarf is here to stay. Where's the Dragonfire Pass, kind of holding this lovely passway. Oof. Ooh, Brass Orb ripping off here. Going right into the Norgrimling Ironbreakers. Norgrimling Ironbreakers are so tanky though. Oh my god. And the 1-2 punch we talked about with the Warp Lightning, ripping into them as well. Knocking them down to about, 65% health here. They do have a Thane on this, kind of hold that front line. Oh god, the Dwarf Thing Menace is going to rip through these miners though. Oh, right into them. But the miners with blasting charges ripping into those Skaven Slaves. You can see these guys just chunking down the Gyro Bombers. The Warpfire Throwers ripping into more stuff over here as they roast some of those miners with blasting charges as well. Oh my god, the suppressing fire is everywhere. There's so much shot, there's so many shots being happened downrange right now. Look at that. Look at that. That Gyro Bomber was just down so quickly with Natty Babos as well. Shooting into it. Oh my god. Warpfire Throwers ripping into stuff more and more and more. The Iron Drakes aren't even going to be able to get in range. Warp Lightning dropping down right there onto the Dragonback Slayers. Who are really going to be the only means of shutting down those Dwarf Thing Menaces, but these guys were sniped out of their little homes. Flame cannons were shut down. Iron Drakes can't even get a shot off, I don't think. Actually, I think they did. They got one shot off and I missed it, unfortunately. There's another shot. Misses as well. Warpfire Thrower going crazy. It's cool to see like the red versus the green flame on these two. Please. Please let there be like a lightsaber like flame battle here. Oh yeah, right into these guys. Trading back into the Iron Drakes. Green on red. It is awesome. It's Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader fighting to the death here. Flames going wild. And the Iron Drakes are actually trading way, way better into the Warpfire Thrower. Taking a look at it, 128 damage from the Warpfires versus the 163. They're definitely winning on that. Oh my god, there's so much. Oh, the Rattling teams are just gunning everything down. Icket Claws in the background just shitting all over these miners with blasting charges. Luke Skywalker, sorry. Made a mistake. Good catch though, Wizard Lizard. Yoda didn't fight Vader. Now who doesn't know the fucking lore? Let's just do this. Yoda versus Emperor Palpatine. Dragonback Slayers just getting completely minced apart. Or the Warrior Dragonfire Pass. These are Dragonback Slayers. Getting minced apart. Look at this. Oh god, look at that. The Skaven Space Marine just charging in. This is definitely the 40k mod of Warhammer Fantasy. You can see that the Salamanders chapter of Space Marines is thoroughly roasting the squats. God. You know, it's really disappointing that we don't get to see like this many units of Rattling weapon teams, because that Enfilade is just disgusting. Oh. Oh, nuked. That's actually the big thing about this new DLC is the Skaven have now so many answers for the Dawi, and it's going to be a very interesting kind of shake-up with the meta. The Skaven versus Dawi situation. The Doom players can rip through so much of the Dawi line. Icket Claw on this Doom wheel is disgusting. Look how much damage Icket Claw does. He's getting dumpstered right now by Grombendal. 237 range damage, 223 AP weapon damage. If Army Losses hadn't kicked in, Grombendal would have won that fight though. Woo! And Falcon pulls ahead, winning our little flash tournament here. Let's take a look here at Norgrimling Ironbreakers and the Ironbreakers as a whole. doing 275 total damage. But the Jaw Bombers just couldn't do anything. The Flame Cannons couldn't do much. The 47 kills from the Iron Drakes, though, was pretty awesome into the unit of Warpfire Throwers, which was cool. Warpfire Throwers doing 53, 6, 6, 6, 16. And then 45, 35, 45 from the Rattling Gun Weapon teams and the Toothpickers as well. But the Dwarfing Menace is so disgusting. Ikaclaw and the Dwarfing Menace is like way too hard to beat. If you don't have heavy cav, you're not going to be able to stop them. Oh, yeah, absolutely illegal. Absolutely. But this is clearly, these are two clanmates. They're having fun. They're memeing it up. It's just a good time for all. Holy shit. All right, so that brings an end to our Flash tournament here today, guys. I'm going to go ahead and roll some credits here. I think the credits will only roll on this screen. Yeah, they'll only roll on this screen. There we go. Let me take a look at who had the donations here, so make sure I say thanks for that. Cincinnati, you donated 1, 2, 3, so a total of $60. So thank you guys thank you very much, guys. An occasional gal who can agree that Sparty is easily among the best hosts and entertainers in our Total War addiction. Let's hear some noise. I didn't fucking see that. I was just going balls deep on that stream there. Sam Hoskin, thank you very much for your $5 donation, and Strokesfield as well for your $5 donation as well. Thank you guys so much. It helps me out a fucking ton. Oh, guys, absolutely. We'll be streaming again tomorrow. We'll be doing some fun action with some more campaign. It is launch day tomorrow, so I don't expect you to be present. You know, I want you guys to have fun with your own campaign. If you're at work, though, or if you're just, you can't get onto your game, please stop in, have fun, enjoy. It is launch day, so we'll just be kind of sticking around, going through the campaign, having a good time. We'll be streaming on Thursday and Friday, as well, probably not Friday, actually, Thursday for sure. But we'll have some fun in the sun together, guys. But as always, thanks so much for watching here today. I'm going to take a look at chat here before we shut things down. What do I think about more Lord Packs for Total War Warhammer 2? I'm fucking stoked, Locknot. Get a beer on me, bro. Thanks to me. Well, thanks, I will, Cincinnati. I appreciate it, my brother. Even I've always been. Yeah, I know. I totally agree with you, Clamor. Like, that's the big thing with Skaven, is they have so many different variations of weapons, shapes, and sizes, but they're supposed to blow up in tabletop, and you don't have that. So it's like, how are you going to factor that in there? You friendly cash are going to indeed bring new players to the team. Thank you very much, man. I try to be, because I am not an experienced multiplayer player. God, Evan is disgusting feet. But alright, guys, have a good one, and take care.